are the host of today's workshop, celebrating Economic Development Week in Sonoma County. I'd like to also introduce Mustafa Tolosa. He is the owner of Createsburg, a marketing and media firm in Healdsburg. And during the workshop, he will share low-cost tips to improve your digital marketing. But first, I want to let you know a little bit about the Economic Development Board and how we can help your business. The way we like to think of it is this. What exactly does that mean? Well, some departments help to repair roads. Some help keep you safe. We are in the business of helping you to succeed. So our small development business team offers a suite of services, everything from researching your market to permitting and licensing, helping you with workforce, and helping you kind of get your feet up and running. We help to simplify the process, and we make it easier for you to launch and grow. Here are some examples of the types of market research we can provide your business. So if you are a startup looking to understand your market a little bit better, we can provide you industry reports. Demographics help you to target that market here in Sonoma County. We can help you find a location for your business. And most importantly, we can help you reach new markets by creating some customized marketing lists for you. So these tools are made available for free. And so you can give us a call to access these services. But our purpose is really to give you a competitive edge and to make you successful. And all of these services are designed to help develop. They could also be used for developing a business plan, also in obtaining a marketing loan. So really every step of the way, we're here for you. And next, I would like to turn it over to Mustafa, who will let you know more about digital marketing for your business. As we go through the presentation, I think Mustafa is going to be doing Q&A kind of after each slide, but we can also take some at the end of the presentation. So Mustafa, take it away.
Perfect. Thank you guys for having me. And again, I just want to repeat, if you're watching this in Spanish, or if you're watching this and you're a Spanish speaker, si están viendo esto y hablan español, hay un botón aquí abajo que dice Interpretation y ahí pueden escuchar la presentación en español. Ricardo Ibarra la va a hacer en español. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to share some slides and just talk to you about digital marketing. The goal with this is to give you the tools so you can launch your business effectively. You could put together, effective marketing plans, and I'm going to give you all the free versions. So everything on here for the most part is going to be completely free. I added the links on there. So you're going to be able to click on them on the slide. What I'm going to do with the slide is I'm going to email it over to the Sonoma County Economic Development Board. You could get it from them, and there's going to be links on there. And with those links, you're going to be able to do a lot of different things for free. So there are free ways that you could do things. There are paid ways that you could do things. What it comes down to is your time and your money. If you have a lot of money and you don't have a lot of time, then hire someone to do them. But if you're just starting, you might be a little cash strapped, you might be, investing in signs and things like that. And there might not be that much money. There's a lot of things, if you have the time, that you could do for free. So let's get started right away. And I'm going to be, feel free to ask any questions. And with the chat, it might be a little hard for me to see. So Christine, Aline, feel free to let me know any questions that people ask, just so I could get to them quickly, and we can get the show on the road and get everything answered for everyone. So let's share this screen right here. We'll go over here. And we are ready to present. So here we go, digital marketing. So advertising versus marketing, this is one of the first questions that I always get. What's the difference between advertising and marketing? The differences between advertising and marketing is that marketing consists of, some of this is still in Spanglish, but marketing consists of your strategy, your plan, your logo, your brand, market research, ads, pricing, even scents and colors. Everything about your brand goes into marketing. Think of marketing as the big umbrella. Now, if we go over to advertising, advertising is just the ads. So it's just creating ads, showing your ads to your audience. Market research, that's part of your marketing. And that's what the Sonoma County Economic Development Board was talking about earlier. And they could offer that to you. So that's just seeing what type of demographic is in your area. So if you need help with that, you can get it through them. Now, let's go. Why digital marketing? Why would you choose digital marketing over other forms of marketing? So first thing is it's affordable. You could do it for free. You can also run some really low budget ads. It's accessible to everyone, and anyone could do it. It's also easy to measure. So you're able to actually see the data. If you throw out an ad, you throw $5 on it, it reaches 500 people in the Santa Rosa area, you're going to be able to track that. You're going to be able to see how many people clicked on it. With a billboard, with handing out flyers, you're not going to be able to really track that. So digital marketing, it's a lot easier to measure. Now, the other advantage that you have with digital marketing is it's really easy to engage with customers and potential customers. That includes answering questions, reaching out to them again about other products or services they might be interested in after they purchase something from you, replying to their reviews. It's really easy to engage with people versus, again, out on the newspaper, for example. It's a lot harder to engage with your customer when they're just reading an ad. They're going to have to take some type of action. Another good one is replying to comments, people commenting on your pictures and you being able to reply to them, commenting on videos and you being able to reply to them. It just makes it really easy to engage with customers and potential customers. Another one is people might already be looking for businesses like yours. So that goes like in search or Facebook. You probably see on Facebook all kinds of different people saying like, hey, I'm looking for a good plumber. I'm in Cloverdale and I need a plumber within the next 24 hours or something like that. And there's also different ways that people search for your business. The most popular being Google, people Googling for your services. So if you're not on the internet, people aren't going to be able to find you for those services. And it's also where people are spending their time. So people are spending their time online. When I used to do these presentations 6-7 years ago, it was me convincing people, hey, this is a future and people are going to be spending more time online. Now everyone, it happened. And after COVID, it really happened. We're seeing people spend countless hours on their phones. So how are your potential customers spending time online? So yeah, people are spending a lot of time online, but what are they doing to spend the time online? So this is data that I got. It's from January 2021. You can look at the sources down here and all that. This was, I took this from Hootsuite. Hootsuite's a way that you could plan out social media posts. There's a bunch of different ways, but they just offer this. So people on average are spending 6 hours and 54 minutes a day on the internet. It's usually on cell phones. This is talking about all devices. So 3 hours and 24 minutes on average are spent watching television, broadcasts, and streaming. And 2 hours and 25 minutes are spent using social media. Now, these are a little skewed. If you get a high school kid that's on TikTok, they're going to be spending probably like 4 to 5 hours on social media. Now, time spent reading media, press, online, and physical is 2 hours and 2 minutes. Listening to music streaming, 1 hour and 31 minutes. Broadcast radio, 1 hour. Podcasts are getting super popular right now. They've gained a lot of popularity, especially since COVID. Oh, here's podcasts by itself. These, you could almost interchange them. And time spent playing video games on video game consoles, 1 hour and 12 minutes. So this will give you an idea of where people are spending their time online. And this will really help you when you're creating your different ad campaigns and when you're strategizing of what social platforms your business needs to be on. Now, This is another question that I got a lot. So I went ahead and included these statistics. These are also from January 2021. One of the questions that I'd always get is, well, older people are online, and that's a lie. Older people are online, and they're starting to be more and more active online. So this is these are all the different ages, and just everyone, literally everyone's online now. And this is kind of common knowledge to us now, but again, like 5 to 6 years ago, when I do these presentations, it wasn't common knowledge because people weren't spending, these vast amounts of time online. And all this is going to make your, it makes digital marketing a more profitable thing for your business. So now, what are the popular types of digital marketing? So these are the main, in my opinion, the main types of digital marketing. You have your search engine optimization. So your search engine optimization is when people are searching for you on Google. People are searching for you on Bing. That's how high you rank on there. Now we also have directory/reputation management. So directory and reputation management and search engine optimization, pay-per-click advertising, all these kind of they all kind of work together. Well, all of them work together, but these especially because they're taking place almost in the same areas. So directory reputation management, that's your Google business. So whenever you're searching on Google and you see that map and it has all those businesses listed on it, that's a directory. It's online directory. It's like the yellow pages. Think of the yellow pages back in the day. Well, that's exactly what this is. You're putting the business on a directory. Now, reputation management is, and then another directory, for example, would be Yelp. It'd be listing your business on Yelp. And on all those, you can leave reviews. So you have your reputation management. So you want to be able to manage your reputation. You want to be able to have access to that, because if someone leaves you a bad review or a good review, you want to be able to reply to it. If someone says a straight out lie as a review, 1 star, and leaves you 1 star, and it's a competitor or something like that, there are ways that you can flag those reviews once you have control over your directory. Pay-per-click advertising, this is a paid thing. This isn't something you'll be able to do for free. However, it is effective if you have some type of business such as construction or any type of trades work. So pay-per-click advertising is you're paying to be on top of the searches, and you're paying certain search engines. And we're going to go more into depth about that in a little bit. Now we have social media. Social media is the first thing people look at. Everyone's always talking about social media. And there's email marketing. So email marketing, contrary to popular belief, it's still very effective. Why is it so effective? Because the conversion rate is really high on it. What does conversion mean? Conversion just means the rate of people taking action. So one of the things that you're going to notice is that like a lot of marketing terms, they try to give you really complicated terminology in order to push you into hiring someone, because then you don't feel as confident in it. So PPC ads, that's just pay-per-click. It literally means pay-per-click. In the same way that in the email marketing, you'll get all kinds of different fancy ways that different things are called. Then the last one that's been getting a lot of popularity is influencer marketing. So influencer marketing, that's getting someone, and we're going to go more into depth about that, but that's getting someone that is really popular in a certain niche, and you pay them or you exchange a product or a service in order to help them grow your business. Cool. So now, does anyone have any questions?
Mustafa, there was a question in the Q&A asking, what effect has the pandemic had on the amount of time people are spending online? Any thoughts?
Yes, so people are spending a lot more time, and you see it more with younger people. So younger people especially are spending a lot more time online, and it's also opened up a whole new avenue for different companies that normally wouldn't be as successful pre-COVID. For example, having restaurants that have ghost kitchens. So you can only order online and you go to a restaurant and you pick up their food. That, like, pre-COVID, no one would go for that, but now that's gained a lot of popularity. With restaurants, you see it, like, people are more comfortable dining in, so they're more comfortable with ordering online. I have clients that are restaurants, and their customers would have never felt comfortable pre-COVID ordering, paying online, and then going to pick up the food. They had to do it by phone. I have one client that completely shut down their phone, and they're just doing everything online. Before COVID, people wouldn't have been comfortable with that. So yes, people are spending more time on the internet since COVID. But I think the important takeaway here is people are more comfortable with doing things online, where during COVID or pre-COVID, they weren't really comfortable for that. So that opens up just this whole new industry. And it also opens up different opportunities. Like, we have all these people that work from home, and also we're comfortable with doing meetings online, which saves a lot of time. Most of my meetings, all of my meetings are now via Zoom or phone, versus actually going to a physical place. So I think that's the important takeaway. But yes, people are spending more time online. But again, the really big thing here is that people are more comfortable doing things online.
Great, thank you.
Mhm. So we have, so first thing that we're going to jump into is search engine optimization and directory. So search engine optimization, that's just fancy for saying how high you are on a search engine. One of the things to remember about search engine optimization is that a lot of search engines, they're doing everything by physical location now. So if I'm across the street from an ice cream store and I search ice cream, that ice cream store that's closest to me is the one that's most likely going to pop up if that ice cream store was able to verify their location, if they had the proper hours on there, and they were doing everything that they're supposed to. So this is what you can do for free. This is absolutely free. You can hire someone to do it for you out of convenience, but you could do this. This is free. This is the most important thing. This is literally probably 60% of your whole strategy, 60 to 70%. This is a long-term investment, and you want to do this as soon as possible. So it's getting your business listed where it needs to be listed. And again, it's absolutely free. So don't let any, like, if you're trying to do it for free, don't let any scammers try to, like, scam you into charging you for it. If someone's charging you for this service, it's because you're purchasing it out of convenience. Just remember that. And here I've provided all the different links that you need to be able to go and create your directory page to be able to list your business. So your Google Places, it's Google My Business now. So you want to verify your Google My Business. Your Google My Business, once you verify it, that is what Google gives you on that little map. And you upload your pictures on it, completely fill it up. And then they're going to give you a link on there. And the link, you're going to be able to give it to people, and people are going to be able to give you reviews. The more reviews, the more active this is, the higher you're going to rank on the search engine. Again, the search engine is really based off location now. But now let's say I'm across the street from that ice cream store. And even though I'm across the street from that ice cream store didn't do any of this. And your business is 5 miles away. Well, your business might pop up over that ice cream store, or it might be right under the ice cream store, even though there's 10 ice cream stores within a 10-mile perimeter, or within a 3-mile perimeter. It's still going to recommend me your ice cream store that's 5 miles away, just because you were able to do all this properly, and because you're active on it. So verifying your Google My Business, your Google Place, that's a huge one. Then the next thing is verify your Bing. So Google has, I believe, around 80% of searches, around 80% of people are using Google. It's actually rumored to be one of the biggest transactions in the world is Google sending millions or even billions of dollars to Apple in order to be the default search engine on their Safari browser. So that it's everyone's using Google as of right now. You need to be listed on there. This is the most important thing. I keep on repeating myself because I can't stress it enough, and it's absolutely free. Bing, that's another search engine. You can list your business on Bing. You can verify it. So both of these, they're going to be, they either let you verify by phone or you verify via postcard. They'll send you a postcard to your physical location, and you type in the code, and then your business is verified. It gets a little badge, and you're good to go. Don't let what I'm saying right now intimidate you. They'll walk you through step by step, every step of the way. They'll walk you through it so that you don't have any hiccups or anything like that. Again, completely free. Another thing that a lot of people do, and a big error that people commit, is they don't make their Facebook pages properly. So here's a link of where you can learn how to set up your Facebook page. What a lot of people do is they make a profile page. So there's a big difference between a profile page and a business page. A profile page, it's a person. Think of the profile as a person. The business page is an actual business. So with the profile, you're never going to be able to run ads on that if your business grows or anything like that. You're never going to be able to run ads on it. There's a bunch of things that you're not going to be able to do on it. The biggest one being running ads. If you have an actual Facebook page, a Facebook business page, you're going to be able to verify it, and you're also going to be able to run ads on it. And again, here it's completely free. Here's the instructions. Just click on that, and you could just walk yourself. They walk you through every step of the way. Then you want to verify your Yelp page. Once you verify your Yelp page, that is also completely free, and people can start leaving you reviews and doing all of that. So
Mustafa, we have two questions in the Q&A, if you're ready for them.
yes, I am.
Okay, the first is, what if you don't have a physical address, but rather you're either home-based business or digital-only business? And if the CEO is search engine optimization is based on location, how do you get around that?
I am so glad that someone asked that, and that should actually be part of this presentation. I don't even know what, like, that's a really, really good question, especially now after COVID, everyone has, or a lot of people have home-based businesses. So what you do is you go to Google My Business, and you pretty much take the same steps, and then you list your house. But after you list your house, you say that it'll give you an option to say that you don't take customers at your physical location, and it'll ask you, okay, where do you take customers, or where do you provide services? So let's say just to simplify it, you have a ice cream delivery. So you have you do ice cream, but you only do deliveries. Then you'd use your home address, and you'd say, but people can't visit me at my physical address. And they say, okay, well, where do you provide your services? And then you could pick Sonoma County, or you could pick Santa Rosa with a 5 or 10 mile perimeter, and it masks your address. So it doesn't show your actual business. It'll just show a big circle around whatever area you're serving. So in this case, let's say it's a 10 mile perimeter around Santa Rosa. It's just going to be one big circle around Santa Rosa, and you still get your verification. And when people are searching for the ice cream store, even if you're across the street, if there's a person that does ice cream and it's a delivery, you can't visit them. Their phone number and their website and all of that will still be listed.
Great. And then I think you touched on this a little bit about how does a business get verified? But one person has a follow-up question. Do you know the approximate cost of hiring someone to do engine optimization verification? I'm not sure if I understand that.
Yes, directory they usually call it directory optimization, and usually you can get it, depending if you get pictures or not, you could go $300 to $500. If you're paying anything over $700, in my opinion, without any images or anything like that, they're charging too much. But usually going rate would be around probably like 300, 600. If you're getting 300 or like 500, if you're getting images and content with it, because there is ways that you could put, especially on the Google, the Bing and the Yelp, you'd want professional or just great looking images on there, just because that's going to be a direct representation of your business.
Great. So hopefully, Regina, that answered your question. Lauren just makes a comment. She thinks that Google, my business only does postcards now, no phone verifications.
They do and they don't. So they pretty much, they do only do postcards for the most part. But if you have a really established, like a business that's been around for a really long time, they'll let you do the phone verification. So they'll send you the code through the phone. So I actually did that like 3 weeks ago for a restaurant. We were able to do it through the phone, but the restaurant has been around forever and they haven't changed their number or anything like that. So, but yeah, usually 90% of the time now you're gonna get a postcard. But if you've had a business for a really long time, then you're able to get away with a phone call, as long as you haven't changed the phone number in a long time.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And this is for search engine optimization. Use keywords on your website. And another way to really boost up your search engine optimization, and probably the top tier of it, would be to start a blog. Blogging takes a lot of time, but I mean, that's the best way to do it. The more directories you're properly listed on, the more likely search engines will show you to potential customers. So another thing too is just make sure that everything is the same on all the different directories. One of the big mistakes that I see people do is something simple, like let's say it's Madrona and Sons Construction. So they'll spell out and, or they'll use the and symbol, or they'll just do Madrona Sons Construction, and they'll have a different variation of it on all the different places. Don't do that. Make sure that everything is the same. All the hours are the same. Everything needs to be the same. The more consistent it is, the better it is for the directories to pick up. And I think that brings us up to here, which is exactly what we're talking about. You can go on Moz Local, and Moz Local will let you search your entire directory for free. And you're going to be able to see if your information's correct or not. So directories such as Yelp, Google Business, and Facebook reviews can help. That's another thing too, is get as many reviews as you can. It helps legitimize your business, and the search engines are going to look at you favorably if people are leaving reviews, especially if people are leaving reviews that talk about your services. Reputation management, it's good to respond to reviews in order to deter people from leaving bad reviews. So one of the things that we found is that the more reviews that you reply to, the more the people leaving the reviews think you care, which you probably do care if you're replying to the reviews, and the less likely they are to leave bad reviews. Because someone, once they see that you actually care about your business, they might think, oh, well, everyone has off days, or different things like that. Or, hey, I'm not going to say a straight out lie, because the business owner replies to everything. And if I say a straight out lie, I'm going to get called out on it. So it's always good to respond to them. And it also helps your SEO. People are going to, the search engines are going to look at you more favorably if you're replying to all these different reviews.
So that is great advice. Adam asks, what happens when you do have a negative comment on your social media pages? What's the best way to handle that?
The best way to handle a negative comment, like not a review, but an actual comment, would be I just hide them. You could hit hide. If it's something really inappropriate, you could flag it. And if it's a bad review, just be polite when you reply to them. And ironically, you kind of want, not that you want, but don't stress yourself out if you get a bad review, because it looks weird when all your reviews are 5 stars. So if you have 55-star reviews, the search engines are actually going to think that you were doing something fishy in order to get 55-star reviews. So you want, a couple bad reviews. You don't want them, but if they come, don't stress yourself out about it.
Great. One person has a follow-up question regarding the listing of a home office, asking, are there any privacy issues they need to worry about with having a listing of a home office?
No, there isn't, because you're hiding it. People aren't going to be able to see your home address. If you do it properly, they're not going to be able to see your address or anything like that. So you don't really have anything to worry about. Like, even if I were to find you, then I wouldn't know like where you live or anything like that. There's no way that I'd be able to see that. I think that's what they were asking.
Yeah. Okay, great. And then we have one more question, blog questions. Do you have any suggestions on blog sites? Is there a listing for the audience demographics for those blog sites?
Yes, so I'm going to do that at the end. I talk about websites and how you guys could do have what you can use to make free websites.
Perfect.
And how you could use it to help you.
Okay, I think we're up to date then on our questions.
Perfect. So now we have social media, and this is usually what everyone gets excited about when we're talking about this type of stuff. So depending on your business, some social networks might benefit your business more. And we'll get into that in a little bit. So you want to start a Facebook page. A Facebook page is just the easiest, best way to do it. And utilize Facebook ads if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. It's nothing to stress about. Here, you're going to be able to click this link and you're going to be able to see all the different Facebook ads. If you have a restaurant, any type of business that has high traffic, a restaurant, a salon, anything that has high traffic, you want to be on Facebook and you want to be running Facebook ads. There might be other social networks that might benefit your business. So for example, if you're in San Francisco, Twitter might be beneficial to you. If you're targeting really, really young kids, TikTok might be beneficial to you. And depending on your business, social media might not be the best option for your marketing goals. One of the things is that I see happen a lot is there's a lot of people that do trades work, for example, and they try to go really, really hard on Facebook and social media. And when you're working really hard on Facebook and you have a construction company, for example, you're going to be spinning your wheels compared to running search engine ads, because it's really rare that someone sees construction on their feed and says, oh, you know what, I feel like building a house, or oh, you know what, I feel like doing this, I feel like doing that. That's really rare. It's more common to, oh, look, these people do really good haircuts, or these people make really good food, or these people provide this really cool service, or hey, I'm going to take my kids to Chuck E. Cheese. Those types of things that you're able to crave, I guess. Those are better suited for social networks. If you have trades, if you have big ticket items, it's better just to do pay-per-click advertising. You're going to save a lot of time. You're going to save a lot of money. You could just run it, forget about it, and you're going to be making money if you do it properly. So we're going to get more into social media here. So Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, these are probably the biggest ones right now. There is Twitter, but Twitter, I don't think that's going to be beneficial, especially if you're in the Sonoma County area. Twitter is usually used in cities more. And these three have a lot higher reach at the moment. Facebook is the best, in my opinion. That will depend. It depends on what type of business you have. But Facebook, you're going to be able to have really effective ad targeting. That's why Facebook always gets in trouble for all those. They always get those privacy violations and all of that, because their targeting is just great targeting. You're going to get a little bit of an older demographic compared to Instagram and TikTok, but that's good because usually that demographic has, a little bit more income. You can share links on Facebook, which is great because then you could redirect people to your website or anything, any type of thing, like any type of link. So if it's a video, you could redirect them to your YouTube or whatever it might be. And because of all this, the conversions are easier. So it's easier to get someone to take action, to get someone to purchase your product, to do, whatever you're trying to get them to do. Instagram's more of a visual platform. It's great for branding. It's great for interacting with potential customers. So Instagram's where you might be getting a lot of messages asking about the services that you provide. It's really, really great for branding. In my experience with multiple different types of businesses that I've helped, Instagram is great for branding, and they're both owned by Facebook, but Facebook's targeting is just on a whole nother level, and the people on there have more money. So if you don't care so much about being cool or whatnot, putting the money into Facebook is going to go a lot further than putting the money in Instagram. But you're not going to get the same branding on Facebook that you get on Instagram. And by branding, I mean having people know your brand. So let's say you have a winery or something like that, or you have a private label wine. You're probably going to you have a higher probability of getting your wine sold on Facebook, but you have a higher but more people are going to find out about your brand from being on Instagram. In TikTok, it has a really, really high reach because it's still in its early stages. It's a very young demographic, but this is amazing for branding. So I know some local guys that have over 1 million views on TikTok, on their TikTok videos. Are they converting it and making any money? No, but you'd never know what's going to happen. So as TikTok grows, they're going to try to, get in and get monetized. And once they're there, then it might be time to reach into that platform and try to make some money there. Any questions?
Melissa asks, I get pings from Thumbtack, and I'm wondering how to ask for the sale.
I'm not sure. Thumbtack would go into the directories also. So that's actually, there's a lot of different directories that aren't so straightforward. I think Thumbtack might charge. Last time I looked at Thumbtack, they were charging a certain amount, and that's why I didn't put them on this presentation. I also feel like Thumbtack is really it's for, like, I guess you could say, like, I don't want to use the word niche, but it's like something that like when I had when I used it with a client, it was like 3 years ago, and it was for a welder. So it's like things that are really specific. But that would go into directories and reputation management. And I am not sure, though. I'd have to look that up and get back to you on how to reply to the Thumbtacks.
Okay, thank you. I think we're all set for questions at the moment.
Okay, perfect. So then here's email marketing. A lot of people think email marketing is obsolete. If you want to do it for free, use MailChimp or Constant Contact. I think Constant Contact charges you a little bit now. You could use MailChimp for free. Generate emails any way that you can in store. Give someone a discount in exchange for their email. Let them know on your website that they can sign up to your mailing list, and let them know on social media, and offer incentives. So a lot of POS systems like Square, they have email marketing tools built in now. So the tools are already built into the POS system, and you could just use the POS system to send out your email blasts. Another good thing that the presentation doesn't talk about, because this presentation is strictly about digital marketing, but I'm just going to touch up on it real quick because it actually really crosses over a lot more now than ever, is having a good POS system. A good POS system is going to help you a lot, because then you could get your customer list from your POS system, and you could target them on social media. You could target them with email marketing. You could do a lot of cool things if you have a really good POS system. There's a lot of good ones out now too. Like, even but before COVID, a lot of the POS systems didn't have a lot of the tools that you needed to be successful with your digital marketing. Now, like, almost all of them have them. So the reason that I really pushed email marketing so much in 2021 is because it has the highest conversion rate. And again, conversion rate is just the probability of them taking action. I think last time I looked, it was at like 14% conversion rate. So your email marketing, yeah, you might have 1,000 email addresses and only 150 might open them. But from that 150, there's a chance that 15 of them are gonna hire you for your product or your service. Versus if you have 1,000, let's say you have 10,000 Facebook followers, Facebook is only going to show that to probably around 1 to 3% because they want you to pay to run the ads. And from that 1 to 3%, you might get 1 or 2 that might take an action. So it's email marketing's conversion rate is just way higher than anything else. Still, this is like the way to go. Yeah, people aren't really signing up to these lists anymore, and they're not really as popular, and a lot of them are going into spam folders and everything like that. But from the people that do open it, your probability to be able to get a sale is really high. And it's free. It's not going to take you a lot of time. You just make the template and you just shoot out an email with the sale. You shoot out an email giving information. It's a free thing. That's another cool thing about it. It's not like you're paying X amount of dollars in order to be able to send these emails out.
Just a follow-up question on email. And how many times do you suggest someone would need to send out an email before someone actually clicks and opens it? Do you want to get that familiarity going on, or is the person who's going to click it going to do it on the first go?
They're probably not going to do it on the first. It's all going to depend what kind of email provider they have also, and how they signed up. Like, did you get their email address because of an exchange at your store, or there's all different types of ways. But my suggestion would be to send an email every 2 weeks and to do it at the same time every week. Or every time you send it. So like every second and last Tuesday of the month, or something like that. And as long as they don't unsubscribe, you could just, keep sending them every couple weeks. Eventually they might open, but it's all going to depend on the person. And the big part is being able to generate enough email addresses to be able to send the emails to, that you're looking more at the open rate. I wish there was like a clear-cut formula that I could say like, oh, well, on average, if you send this many, this is going to be your open rate. But if you use MailChimp, what I can tell you, that'll help answer your question, and you could probably even Google it, is MailChimp actually has data for all the emails that they send, and they have by industry. So I think last time I looked at the beauty industry, the open rate was about 14%, and the click-through rate was about 3%. So it's going to depend, but it's going to vary it varies by industry, and then obviously it's going to vary by the area, and there's just a bunch of factors. But on average, MailChimp will give them to you, and also MailChimp will also give you all the data. It'll show you how many people opened the email and who the people that opened the email were. It'll show you what time they opened the email at. It'll show you all that different information, so you can always follow up with those people.
Great. And you had mentioned the POS system. Someone just wanted you to define that. Point of sale, correct?
Yes, point of sale. Sorry about that. That's another fancy word that people in the industry use to try to confuse people to get them to hire people. POS system is just your cash register. It's just your point of sale. They call it POS for short, but it's your point of sale. So it's your cash register. It's what you're using to be able to take your payments. I use Square. Square is really easy. There's some people that are, I think that the city POS system, if you have a restaurant, they're doing some really cool stuff right now. And I could give you a contact for that if you're trying to get the city POS. But they all have pretty similar pretty similar pricing and pretty similar features now if you get one of the newer ones. So it's just whatever you're using to take payment.
Great. And then Adam asks, is it worth to pay to boost posts on Facebook, or is that a gimmick?
No, it definitely is. I've made people and myself so much money doing that, like ridiculous amounts of money for some people. It's going to depend on how effective your ad is. It's going to depend on what type of industry. It's going to depend on your targeting. It's going to depend on all of those different factors. That's the only way to really do it now, is by actually paying to boost. There are more advanced ways that you could do the ads. And if you click here on the utilize Facebook ads, you'll be able to see different ways that you could send different ad campaigns instead of just clicking the boost, because you could do like awareness ads that they're not trying to get a conversion. They're just trying to get as many people to interact with your business as possible for the lowest amount of money. And then there's also ads that you could toss out there for people to engage with your ad. There's also ads that you could do that are able to get people to take an action, like link clicks, leaving their email address. There's all kinds of different ones. The easiest one to start off with is a boost, and they made it really easy for everyone to do. So actually running social media management years ago, it was a service that I used to offer to people. But ever since they took down the organic reach, I just either give them the service, or I just train their people on how to run the ads. That way they could run the ads, because other than that, you're just spinning your wheels. It comes back down to the time and money thing. And being able to boost the posts, it'll help a lot. And that's the only way to really do it. That's the only way that it's really worth it, to be honest. Like, you could use your Facebook as your directory. Like you want to list your business no matter what on Facebook for the directory benefits, and so you can manage the reputation management and all of that, like no matter what industry you're in. But if you really want to grow on social media, you want people to see your business, that's where you start running the Facebook ads, which is the same thing. The Facebook ads are just a little bit more advanced, but it's the same thing as boosting it. Boost your area, get a certain age group, and then hit it hard. Hit it for like at least $50. Run $50 for a couple days and say that you want engagement on there, and you're gonna get some type of engagement. And it all runs off of bids. So sometimes it'll be more effective than other times, because it runs off of bids. So since it runs off of bids, if let's say you have a winery, or you're selling wine in Hillsburg. So you're selling wine in Hillsburg, and you're running these ads to sell wine in Hillsburg, then you might reach, let's say, 1,000 people for $30 or $20. $20 reaches you 1,000 people. But now let's say Jordan Winery is doing ads in Hillsburg also, and now the Wilson family's doing running Facebook ads also. Now your $30 might get you a less reach, because you're bidding against these other people. So it all works off of bids. So sometimes it might not be as effective as other times. A really good example, a time where you really see it, is around Black Friday and around Christmas. The bids are like through the roof. You're paying so much money for bids. And it also depends who these other companies are targeting and the crossover of the demographic. So let's say you're targeting me because I purchase wine. However, I also eat fancy restaurants. And now we have and let's just use the Hillsburg example. Now you have Bocce, Single Tree, and Chalkboard all running ads in Hillsburg. Even though they're not directly bidding against you with wine and going after wine people, the fact that there's the wine and the fancy dining is going to drive your bids up. So it's definitely not a gimmick when you do it properly, and it's going to take you a couple of tries to be able to do it properly. You're going to start seeing the benefits, and you could reap huge benefits. Businesses have been built just strictly solely on running the Facebook ads.
Great. Thank you. So we have about 10 minutes left, so feel free to take it away.
Okay, perfect. So the next thing is pay-per-click ads. This is a paid thing. This is completely paid, so we won't go too into it. Again, my goal with everything is to get you guys, give you the tools so that you can get your business online as soon as possible with no money. This costs money, but it's really important, especially if you're in the trades field. These are pay-per-click ads. So pay-per-click ads, they might benefit your business, especially if you're in a business where a sale can yield big profits. Where do you run these campaigns? Google AdWords, Bing, other search engines. I'm going to give you guys a little trick. Google, the proper way to do it would be to hire someone to run your Google AdWords. That's the proper way to do it. But let's say you don't have that much money right now. You're just starting out, you don't have that much money. When you set up your Google My Business, it'll give you an option to do something really similar to the pay-per-click ads, to the AdWords. So you'll be able to almost run them. They're not going to be as effective, but it's a cheap way for you to say, okay, I want to spend $5 a day and I want to be on top of the search, on top of the search for this term. You could do that. That's a little secret right there where you can do it through my Google My Business. Again, it's not going to be the same as hiring a professional to run your AdWords, but it's better than nothing. If you don't have a lot of money right now and you're in the trades or any type of high profit industry, let's say you're doing some type of big service, like you're doing hair extensions that are worth like $1,500 a hair extension or something like that, the pay-per-click ads will definitely help with that. And with Google, you run them in AdWords. With Bing, I think it got bought by Microsoft, so I think they're called Microsoft Ads. I forget. I run them, but I forget the exact name. And then there's other search engines like DuckDuckGo that you could run them on. But Google's a big one. If you have Google covered, again, you have like 80% of everything covered. Is there any questions? Oh, Christine, you're on mute.
Thank you. I think we're good for the moment.
Okay, perfect.
So if anyone does have any final questions, now's the time to put it in the Q&A.
So the last thing, second to last thing is influencer marketing. So influencer marketing, it's been gaining a lot of popularity. So a lot of people have like a big following. So let's just use the wine as an example again, because we're in wine country. Let's say there's someone that does videos on Instagram about wine, like tasting at wineries and stuff like that, and they have a lot of viewers. Then you could trade her or him some of your wine or certain VIP tasting, or you could pay them in order to talk about your business. So that's gaining a lot of popularity right now, especially as reach goes lower on all these different social media platforms. And then your website, the importance of your website is the home of all your marketing efforts. So everything that I talked about, it should be able to be like, you should be able to find it on your website. So your website's kind of like where everything comes together. Now, if you want to make a website for free, you're just starting out, you can go to wix.com. This is absolutely free. Like this, I guess I should say, without hiring a web designer. You're just starting out. Again, I just want to give you the bare minimum tools. You can go to Wix, make a website there. They're not the best websites, but it's something. It's better than nothing. You can go to Squarespace. You can make one there. Again, it's not necessarily the best websites, but it's better than nothing. Or you could go. My company actually sells a website builder, and it has a hotline. So if you have any help, if you need any help with a web builder, you'll call the number, and the number, it's people from Arizona. The people from Arizona will walk you through on how you could build your website. And these are all affordable ways. One of the things that I forgot is if you are doing an e-commerce site, use Shopify. And I'll add this before I send it over to the Sonoma County Economic Development Board, just so you guys have it. And I'll make sure to add Shopify in there. And on all of these, you'll be able to, for the blogging question, on all of these, you'll be able to blog. If you really want, in my opinion, like if you really want something that you're going to be able to optimize, you're really serious about your business, but you're still not trying to hire anyone, do a WordPress site. And don't do WordPress.com. Just use the WordPress as the content management for the website. So don't do WordPress.com. A lot of people, they go to WordPress.com because they think they're making a WordPress site, which technically they are, but it's not like an actual WordPress site. WordPress is the content management system. So it's a system that allows you to make websites, and you're able to do everything just off of one dashboard. Simplifies the process of making a website. And that's pretty much it for the presentation. Again, we could elaborate a lot on all of these, but this will give you the basic tools where you can get your business up and running for absolutely, it's going to be absolutely free. If you don't make the website, it's going to be absolutely free. If you make the website, you might have to pay a little, you're going to have to pay a little bit on all of these because you're renting the server space. But other than that, I mean, you could spend $350 out the door to pay for all of this, and run a $50 budget of Facebook ads or Google My Business pay-per-click ads.
Great, Mustafa, thank you so much. So just final question: top 3 things people should be doing in the next week to help their business.
Top 3 things would be, you need to verify your business in these places. You list once it's up and running, if your service is up and running, you need to put them on, you need to put them on here with the right information. And you need to have the logo the same on everything. You need to have high quality images and video. And you could do those with the cell phone. You don't have to break the bank for that. You could, if you have good lighting, good cell phone, you're going to be able to do that. So getting on the directories, number 1, getting good content, good images and video to be able to put on those directories, number 2. And then that's pretty much it. Those are the 2 main things. If you ignore the rest of the presentation and you do that, you get good images and preferably with video, and you list them on here, you literally did 60% of your organic marketing already. Third one, just so we could keep it consistent, third one is get reviews on these places. Have people leave you reviews on these places. You do those 3 things, you could literally have a profitable business online that people can find, and you could go without even doing anything else. Just keep in mind that when people do start doing these other things, when your competitors do start doing these other things, they're going to be, obviously doing better than you. But this is like what you need. Those are the 3 things.
Great. Thank you so much. We have reached the 1 o'clock hour, so this should conclude our workshop today. Thank you for attending, and Mustafa has kindly allowed us to be able to send you information, follow-up information, which we will be doing in the upcoming days. So with that, thank you so much and have a great day.